going to be our center. Cute, cute snowman, all glittered and everything. And I have matched it up with this mesh. Okay, I liked the blue, red, and white snowdrift because the blue is going to really make this little guy pop. And the ice blue reminds me kind of snow and Christmassy. So this is what we're going to make right now. He is super cute. I can't believe how fast these kits went. We had 100. I put 100 of each. 4 of them on the website. And they're gone. Okay, so what you do, you will get a large board. Okay, so you get the large board. What you're going to do, you get the zip tie packs and your clippers for sure in this one. I'm going to start on row 2. Okay, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to preload all of row 2. So you're going to go down one hole and up the other. Zip it till, you know, there's a big space, but it's locked. And you're also going to use a shared hole, which is what we call when we put another zip tie in. So I'm going to go down this hole, even though there's a zip tie there, and back up this one. Okay, so we are preloading row 2 all the way around. So when you're done, it looks like stitching. See how it looks like stitching going around? This is going to be a very, very full wreath, and you'll see why I called it a starburst when we're done in a second. So I preloaded, close the regular holes and the holes beside it. So again, looks like zipping. Row 3, I only did the normal holes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Row 4, again, I did the normal holes, and I also did the shared holes. So you get a full circle, and then we're going to do row 5, and I like to do that once I get down there. Now this kit does come with 2 rolls of the blue, red, and white. And it's very similar to the Santa one, where the Santa one's red, white, and silver. I don't think I have this one in stock yet. I know it's on its way. I do know I have the black, red, and white. You have to check the website and uniqueinthecreek.com and type in snowdrift and see what comes up. Okay, so once you've preloaded your board, which I got Dave to do, you're going to do, like I said, all the way around to row 3. You're going to do the normal. Row 4 all the way around, and 5 we're going to go all the way around. Then you're going to take your mesh, and you can cut, if you have a cutting mat, you can cut both rolls at the same time if you just put it on top of each other. Okay, but we are going to cut our mesh into 10-inch pieces. Why did I freeze here? That's weird. Okay, let's see if that works. So I'm cutting the whole roll into 10-inch pieces. So 30, 20, and 10. Now, this is just a suggestion. You do not have to do, if you do get a kit from us, you do not have to do it like I do. It's just a suggestion. There's many other ways you can do put your wreath together. We just give you the tools, and I give you a suggestion on how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to finish cutting. I don't think I need to cut. I've already cut one roll. I'm going to cut, this is my second roll. Again, we're cutting them at 10 inches. Okay. So I'm not gonna sit here and watch you or make you guys watch me cut mesh. But you want to get your mesh cut into 10-inch pieces, whether it's, you know, taking a ruler and pulling your mesh out and cutting it with scissors, or cutting mat, or you can heat seal and wood burn it if you want. I'm doing the rolled petal, so it really won't be able to tell if there's any frays or anything. And this is one of my very favorite styles of wreath because it is so large. It's very large wreath. And it definitely makes a wow factor on your door. And it's not hard to make at all. It's a little time consuming, but it's definitely not hard. So once you cut your 10-inch pieces, take a piece of your mesh. Where am I? Okay, and you're going to take your cardboard insert that your mesh, that's in the center of your mesh. Okay, you're going to take your cardboard insert with your 10 by 10 square. You are going to do it curl up, which means when you let go of your mesh, it's curling up. This would be curled down. Okay, this is curled up. And when I roll my mesh, I always, like any other petal I do, I always make sure my factory edge is on my top left of my hand. Okay? So, and it's curled up. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take this cardboard insert, and this is just to be sure that all the petals turn out the same size. You're going to roll, your mesh into a diamond shape curled up with your factory edge on the top left, and you're going to roll from the bottom corner, roll it just like this right up to the top corner. Slide your cardboard insert out and just hold on to the center, give your mesh a little tug so it stretches out, and you're going to flip it upwards. Okay? And when you flip it upwards, you're just making sure, you want to ensure that both sides are around the same length. Okay? And once you're done this, I'm putting one piece into every zip tie. Now you'll see I've done it a few different ways before, and you can do it those ways where I've put 2 pieces of mesh, so 2 petals per regular zip tie, or you can do it, 2 pieces per shared zip tie, and that way you don't have to do all of them all the way around. I just find when you do individual ones, it fills up the board so much nicer, and there's not as much bulk. Okay, so watch how fast this is going to fill up. And you definitely can see how beautiful this mesh really is when you do this type of petal. So let's do that again. Again, 10 by 10, curl up, put it into a diamond shape. Factory edge, top left. Always make sure each piece is the same way. Because this is striped, we want all the stripes going the same way. Okay? And if you do what I tell you, that your stripes will always go the same way. Pull your cardboard out, give it a little tug, and flip it up. When I flip it up, I try to have the points. Do you see how it's beveled here? When I flip it over, you can see it's beveled and it's more open. I like to have this side showing for this type of wreath. Okay. Now you don't want to do the petals any tighter than this circumference. So you don't want to do it really, really, really tight, because if you do it really tight, it just doesn't look right, and you're going to see some of the zip ties in behind because it's not going to fill up the board properly. So don't go any smaller than the insert of the Deco mesh roll. Yes, I do have this mesh coming. It will be on the next shipment. However, we do have a bunch of other colors of this on the website. I know there's a black, red, and white, which would be stunning. This is a Snowdrift metallic Deco mesh. So the white, I just pulled it out. The white that's in this mesh is actually Snowdrift. You can see the puff of Snowdrift. Now this mesh is not super cheap, like money-wise. However, we're not putting any ribbons or anything in it. So that's where you save some money. The circumference of the tube seems to be about 1.5 inches. If it had a little bigger, yeah, a paper towel tube will definitely work. But this is the inner tube of the first roll I cut anyway. So you'll have one on hand once you cut your mesh. Yeah, you can make your petals, rolled petals, bigger. I just wouldn't make them smaller. I will be cutting into the second roll. This is only the one roll. Oh no, I have cut into the second roll. So far, this is what I have left for the second. I'm not sure if I will be using the full second roll. Well, thank you for that, Carol. Hello, hello. So this is just how you would do this one that we have as well. So I'm not going to be redoing this one because I'm going to do it the exact same way. So you can get a really pretty mesh. You could even, instead of putting, like we're going to put the snowman right in the center, but you can put a sign. You can put a sign in the center. I just don't like covering this gorgeous mesh up with ribbons. I just hate doing that. Now you can use this mesh for the Dean Michael style or anything. Even cruffles or kerfuffles. Again, this is just how I'm going to make it. And it's quite easy, right? As soon as you when you cut your mesh, you just roll it, flip it, stick it in your zip tie. And the nice thing about this one, even though it's Christmas, and this is Christmas in July, oh, my phone is going to die. Why is it? I don't know why my phone is going to die. It's even on the charger. I'm just having issues all day today. Okay, so every single one of these, we are going to put a petal in. So you can fold your petals, pre-roll them. I just put little clips on them. Oh, we're going to cut that. We're done that row. We're going to cut the tails of the zip ties off. These are recyclable, so you can throw them in your plastic recycling. Alrighty. I just don't know what's going on with my phone. Again, I make sure that this part is facing upwards and not this part where it's, you know, it's not a full piece there where you can see it, because we want to see all the color. So I'm just doing 8 into this one. It doesn't need a full row. Okay, that row is done. Clip it. Okay, we're going to do the rest. The next row, row 5. Again, it's all shared holes. And just keep going around, sticking them in. I stick the ends in about a fingertip length into the zip tie. Okay, something's funky going with my phone. I apologize if my phone does die. But it's running my Mevo. And this wreath, now you can see why I call it a starburst. This wreath is about 30 inches in diameter. And can you see how the stripes are all going the same way? That's because when I rolled it, I made sure that the edge, the factory edge, was always in my top left. Yeah, it's a really cool look, and it's like one of my favorite. It's really easy to do. I didn't heat seal it. I didn't wood burn it. I just cut it with my rotary cutter. So nothing fancy. You know, we have a few little strings that I can cut off easily once the wreath is done. All right, almost done here for that row. And then we have the last row. So I have 8 more pieces. So I got 2 here, so I need 6 more pieces. So we pretty much will be using 1.5 roll. So you'll have a half of this roll left. Which would be great to use as ruffles or something in between, you know, another solid color. All right, so now we're going to do the normal hole and the shared hole. Let's see. Although the snowman does cover the whole thing, but I want it to be even fuller. So that's why I'm doing row 5 as well. Very, like I said, very easy to do. You can sit and do this while you're watching a movie. It makes a beautiful impact on the door because it is so big. And you actually see how pretty this mesh is without being full of ribbons and stuff. It does have snowdrift in it. I did pick the ice blue to go with the snowman because, as you've seen when I just put it on there, the snowman really pops against the blue. And the ice blue reminds me of snow. Okay, we're going to continue. Just start wherever. Again, just about a fingertip. You don't need a lot in, but make sure there's some in so it doesn't slip out. It looks hard to you? You need to go watch the beginning of it because it's really very easy. All right, I need 8 more pieces. And I just use these little sewing clips to pre-make mine. So you just slide them in really quick. So I need actually 6 more pieces. 6 more pieces. There's 3. There you go. So that's how much you have left. Pretty much a half a roll. Okay? Bring it up, and I'm just going to roll them and stick them right in. Again, this is the key, is to make sure your mesh, where did my little thing go? Make sure your mesh, your top, you have curl up. Alrighty, flip it. And when you flip it, you're just making sure they're both around the same length and stick it in. That's literally it. No, row 3, I only did 8. I'll flip over the back so you guys can see again once I'm done. And I'll show you how we're going to put our snowman on. So it looks like we used a lot of mesh, but we really only used 1.5 roll. Three more. There's a knockoff board out there made by Dollar Tree. It's Dollar Tree, so need I say more. The holes make no sense, and it's very thin, flimsy plastic. So if you're going to use it to make a wreath, just beware, it is, you get what you pay for. So one more. And the holes make no sense, so you will probably get a little bit lost. All right, last one. Yes, this definitely can be made on a small board, but you'll see the size of my snowman. If I did it on the small board, it would have taken over the whole small board. I'm not even done and you guys are liking it. Wait till you see it with my little snowman guy on there. Alrighty, so we're gonna just move these around. Make sure everything's pulled out nice and straight so it looks like a starburst or a snowflake, whatever you want to call it. So now you'll see that there's a few little strings because I didn't heat seal it or wood burn it. You can, but I just go around and cut off all the strings, especially I do it when it's on the door outside. Just clip off the little strings. Okay, Now we are going to put our snowman. Look how cute that is. Right? No ribbons, no nothing. We're going to put our snowman on. This is what our back looks like, okay? Row 2, I didn't even use row 1, so you can make this even bigger if you want to add more petals to row 1. Row 2 is all the holes with shared holes. Row 3 is just the 8. And row 4 is all the holes and shared holes. And row 5 is the all the holes with share holes. Okay? There is a link for all my Lori's favorite tools on my uniqueinthecreek.com. Just go down to Lori's favorite tools, and this zip tie gun is on there. Now it's about 3.5 years old. It was giving me a problem the other day, but it seems to work itself out. So I don't know. I was having a bad day. Okay, now I'm going to put my hanger on. So when you turn it, you'll see 2 holes that kind of look they kind of look out of place. They are actually divoted or chamfered on the other side. These are your hanging holes. I'm just putting a zip tie, cut the tail off so it stops zipping, and it's perfect for a hanger. Now you can use ribbon or wire or whatever you want. And for this bad boy, I'm going to cut this ribbon thing off, and I am going to just glue the cable mount right into the center. Now it'll stick there now, but you want to make sure it's glued right into the center of your snowman or your Santa or whatever foam thing you're using. I'm going to put some hot glue. Now this is foam, so it does, the cable mount does stick very well because it kind of melts into the foam there. Alrighty, let it dry. Alrighty, and then I am just going to take my pipe cleaner. There's 2 holes in the center of the board. Oh, wasn't dry yet. You can use E6000 as well. I just find that Gorilla Glue and foam works really, really well together. You're going to see the 2 center holes. Make sure you know where the top is. So our Santa, or snowman, is going to go pipe cleaner is going to go down 1 hole. The other pipe cleaner is going to go down the other hole, and I'm not going to pull it really tight because I can feel it's still hot. And we're just going to pull it down until it's sitting on the mesh. We don't want to squish them. Okay, just pull it up till you feel some retention and give it a twist. Just like that. You're going to cut. Oh, I just felt it move. Cut your zip tie or your pipe cleaners, bring it back down the holes so there is not nothing on the back to scratch the door. It's nice and neat. And there we go. We are done. Yep, he came off. It's still hot. You might want to wait for it to dry before you pull your sign or your little snowman guy down. And there we go. We got a true snowflake. Isn't that super cute? And really easy to do. 1.5 rolls of really pretty mesh and something really cool for the center. I liked these these foam things for my center. So it's not really a flower, and and it's not really a ribbon wreath. It's a hybrid. It's a lorry wreath. Okay, and you can see how all our snowdrift is all going the same way. Alrighty, you got this kit. That's good. You can use, like I said, you can use any kind of mesh. Do it the same way. If you found a really, really pretty mesh that you like, use a sign in the center. You can use a center like a flower. I've done sunflowers exactly like this. I love the sunflowers done like this. It's just really pretty and full. And like I said, it's about 30 inches in diameter. Thanks, Tom. Super cute, isn't it? Without all kinds of, sometimes less is more. All right, my friends, that's all I got for you right now.